Good, man. I had a couple of, the guys pop out. I had obviously my people back home, Mikey Sanders still, all my friends from back home in high school, and then I had Zay, Leak, and AC pop out from Baltimore. It was definitely a fun time.
Isaiah, what did last year do for you? What did you prove to yourself with the way that you really kind of came on last year?
I say a confidence boost. I mean, it definitely showed me that, the game's definitely speeding, slowing down, and, the off season, all the preparation I put in during the year and, leading up to the point was definitely a time to pay off.
What kind of stress can you guys put on the defense with you and Mark Andrews, on the field? He came back at the end of the year, but it was late. The two of you guys out there together.
I say, Mark's name holds a lot of weight. I mean, he's all pro. He's definitely the best in the league at what he does. And then not only do you have to worry about him, you have to worry about Bate and Zay outside with our receivers, as well as Nelly. And then you still have Lamar and Derrick Henry in the backfield. So those people need no recognition. And then, finding my way in the offense as a chess piece, just seeing where I could fit in, and then having all of us on the same field at the same time. I mean, you don't know whether it's going to be run or pass, and you don't know where the explosive play can come from.
What was the thing you worked on in the offseason to make yourself a better player this season?
I really just say top of the route was definitely a main emphasis. Just watching film from last year, just when I got fatigued, just watching work on the top of route, work on inline blocking a little bit more, and then obviously perimeter blocking a lot. Progress as the season went on, and then really just just chemistry, not only with Mark and Lamar, but also with the receivers, just making sure everybody's on the same page.
What you said about Mark Andrews and his name carrying a lot of weight. By playing that same position, what do you pick up the most just when maybe you're not on the field and you get to watch him?
Really his charisma. I mean, Mark's energy, the way he plays football on Sundays is the same way he plays at practice. So I say, just watching the little details he does at practice, whether it's individual routes on air, team period, or 7-on-7, and then really just watching his preparation in game, how he prepares for, that opponent on Sunday whenever we play, and watching how he goes out and attacks different defenders with different leverages, and then just always wins. That's something, I always ask Mark, whether he won or lost a rep, I tell him what he saw and how he went to, how he, came up with the assumption of why he took that route. Because most times, they're not Mark's going to win. So just doing it from there.
In the tight end room, do you compare yourself against other tight end rooms? Is there any chatter about being the best tight end group in the NFL?
I mean, I don't really like to compare. I mean, everybody in the league knows, our tight end room, what we do, what we bring to, on the field every Sunday. So I let them just do what they do. And then, I mean, if they like to compare, obviously I'm going to tell them we the best of all 32.
Do you consider Pat part of that tight end room?
For sure. I mean, Pat's that Swiss Army knife. I mean, Pat is the best blocking person, I feel like, in the league. He's that sixth offensive lineman. And last year, Pat had, at the time, the longest run after catch against Detroit, I'm pretty sure, where he caught a check down and went for like 38 yards, hit a little spin move at the end. So at the time, that was like one of the longest plays that we had that year.
When you're in those multiple tight end sets, especially with two guys who can catch the ball, does it take a little time, though, to figure out how to play off of each other? I mean, is that a different art than being good individually?
I'd really just say, the preparation for that is now. I mean, always being in the same room as Mark, that's definitely, a bonus on just being able to say on film, when you slow everything down, like, what'd you see here? Or why'd you slow this? Why you take this type of release? So I could focus on what release I'm going to take, and then just playing off of each other, making everything, look different, but in the same criteria. So I say yes and no for the simple fact that, everybody's a football player at the end of the day. I mean, our job is to play football, since you were a little kid right now. So it's just really just having fun and be able to just play off of each other, to always be open.
What are your year 3 objectives?
I mean, big picture-wise, to always have fun. I mean, I preach myself to always have fun, at practice, in game, because, like I said, not everybody gets to do this every day, play the sport they love since they was a little kid. So a big, goal I always have is to have fun and remember why I do this. And obviously the ultimate goal is to win. I mean, whether I have no targets, whether I have the most targets that game, the main emphasis of that game is to win. And whatever I can do in that game, in that moment to, come out with the victory to get to the ultimate goal of winning the Super Bowl, I'll do it.
Isaiah, what have you seen out of Trenton Simpson, the guy that lines up against you at times throughout these practices and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to give him a a little credit today. He definitely beat me on the rep today. I know y'all seen it. I really like losing a lot, but he definitely, he's showing, that he's ready for the opportunity. I mean, he's showing that he definitely took this offseason. He's taking this offseason, well, like a pro. He's definitely showing that, what you guys seen on tape against Pittsburgh wasn't a fluke. He's fast. He's physical. He's listening, and he's really just, soaking everything up like a sponge. I mean, whatever Roquan tells him to do during the play, or anybody, even coach, he's taking that and running with it. And he's not, scared to do anything in the defense.
You see him jump up a level from last year to this one?
For sure. I mean, he definitely looks bigger and stronger than last year, and he's definitely playing with a lot more, instinctive, not really, being as patient as he was last year. He's playing with, his athleticism and his intuition.
Have you gotten used to seeing 23 as a linebacker?
I'm as used to seeing 23 as I am on 0 on row. So.